In the world of Web3 and NFTs and cryptocurrency, there is always a new meta, always something to chase, always a new narrative that people are putting money into. Today, we're going to talk about Bitcoin NFTs. I'll show you guys how to set up a wallet, what marketplace to use, and also show you guys the top collections that people are currently aping into. I want to preface this video with the fact that Bitcoin NFTs are super early, which means, the marketplaces, the tools and resources for analytics and data really aren't that up to speed. So really what you get is a marketplace as well as some bare bones collection data that you can use to buy, sell, and trade these NFTs. Also, when it comes to processing transactions, these transactions can take quite a while. So don't be afraid if you buy an NFT and it takes 10 minutes, or if you mint an NFT and it takes 10 minutes, etc. So like I said at the start of this video, the narrative in the Web3 ecosystem changes rapidly. And right now, a lot of volume is taking place on Bitcoin Ordinals NFTs. The main marketplace people, at least in my experience, are using is going to be Magic Eden. They have their own Bitcoin section where they showcase the top NFTs. You can take a look at the volume, the floor price, and how they are trading. The wallet that I like to use when it comes to trading Bitcoin Ordinal NFTs is going to be Xverse. And this is a Chrome extension that you can download and attach and create a wallet. It's the same process as MetaMask. It's actually very similar, so you will be fairly comfortable using it. Xverse, you will essentially create a wallet, secure your seed phrase, write it down, do the classic security things that you need to do to be able to have a secure self-custody wallet. And then you can create a password, connect your wallet to a marketplace like Magic Eden, and you can start taking a look at different NFT collections around the Bitcoin ecosystem. And it's funny, whenever people start to ape into these new NFT collections on a different chain like Bitcoin or, Cardano or Solana or whatever, the first collections to really pop off really remind me of the super early projects we got on Ethereum back in the day, where it's like Bitcoin Frogs and Pingus and Pepe and Bitcoin Punks and all those different collection names that people have a very high regard of. They understand what they are. They know exactly what they're potentially going to look like. The name is very familiar. But as you can see here on the Magic Eden marketplace, the top 12 collections for Bitcoin Ordinals have quite a bit of volume, but also very decent floor prices with potentially a lot of room to move as long as the narrative and the meta stays on this chain. And I think this cycle, this meta of Bitcoin Ordinals is actually fairly exciting because, like I touched earlier in this video, a lot of the resources, tools like sniping bots, minting contracts, all these different things haven't been built out yet. So it's really kind of more organic. You just go onto a marketplace after you created your wallet, you buy, sell, and trade it all manually. In general, Bitcoin fees are going to be slightly lower than Ethereum, but transactions are going to take much longer. So buying an NFT, you'll see it on this marketplace. If you check out Bitcoin Frogs or Pingus, which is the 1 and 2 volume traded on this marketplace right now, you'll see that there's a little cogwheel in the right corner of the NFT picture that is saying this transaction is processing, because it takes 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes for you to buy this NFT on the marketplace and for it to end up in your wallet. So the entire process takes longer than you would be used to if you've been using Ethereum or Solana or a different chain in general. So let's take a look at a couple of these collections. And so just full disclosure, I don't own any single one of these collections. I'm just going to show you guys what Magic Eden is saying is the top 12 popular collections on their marketplace, as well as take a look at the current volume and floor prices that are currently happening live. The number 1 collection on Magic Eden at the moment is Bitcoin Frogs, and the floor price for these is currently 0.0888 Bitcoin, or 0.0888 Satoshis. And if you do a quick conversion to 0.0888 Satoshis to USD, that's around $2,300. So the floor price of these, kind of random early Bitcoin Ordinal NFT collections is actually really high, and people are buying and selling and trading these. So volume is actually there as well, which is something we haven't really seen on the Ethereum chain outside of a select few collections. There really is volume here. People buying, selling, trading new wallets. The second most popular collection on Magic Eden, Pingus, you'll see that their floor price is almost 0.02 Satoshis. So once again, we can do the math on that and check the floor price, and that is going to come out to around 550 US dollars or so. But it's kind of funny, if you take a look at a collection that is currently experiencing a lot of buying and selling volume, you'll see that a lot of these NFTs on the floor are no longer buyable because somebody's already bought it and the transaction is currently processing. Because it takes such a long time for the transaction to process, you'll see them on the floor with just that cogwheel that I mentioned earlier in this video for, 5, 10, 15 minutes. But if we take a look at the Pingu Twitter, they sold out their collection in under 5 minutes, and the floor price is now sitting at around $500 or so, which is currently in profit. And if you take a look at the floor, I'm seeing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 different NFTs already getting bought off the floor, and volume is currently there. So, not every NFT collection you're going to see on Magic Eden with ordinals is going to do well in the long term or even medium term, but currently the short term meta narrative is pretty decent for this current marketplace and these new collections launching. There is definitely profit to be made. And obviously this is not financial advice. I don't own any of these current NFTs, but it is interesting. And a couple years ago, NFTs on Bitcoin wasn't even a thing. So it's novel, it's new, it's exciting, and the fees are going to be cheaper in general. But I think that's a good potential argument for a lot of different chains out there like Cardano and Solana and AVAX and all these different chains that offer transactions for NFTs and crypto in general. A lot of people can't afford to play on Ethereum because of gas fees being so high. A lot of people can't afford to buy NFTs, buy cryptocurrency, just because every time you buy, 1 ETH of something, it charges you 30, 40, 50, upwards of $100 in gas fees. That takes a huge chunk of the money that you're initially investing out of the equation, and it can be very frustrating very quickly. But just going back and taking a look at some of these collections on the front page of Magic Eden, it really reminds me of the early days of Ethereum NFTs, Doge Punks, Bitcoin Frogs, Pepe, all of these different animal NFTs that are experiencing lots of volume and currently in profit. It's pretty fun to see. You really have to be careful when getting into these collections because, like a lot of these NFT collections that don't really have too much going on for them outside of art and narrative and speculation about price going up, they're going to increase in price and eventually they're going to come down in price and have some sort of equilibrium where they'll chill out and volume will start to slow down ever so slowly. So like always, invest what you can afford to lose. Once again, this is not financial advice. I don't currently own any of these NFTs, but it is cool to see that people are still buying and selling and trading different NFTs on different chains, and Bitcoin ordinals is super early and they have a lot to build on potentially in the future. We probably are going to start seeing more websites and marketplaces and different NFT collections. There's lots of different NFT collections on Twitter right now, marketing, doing whitelist giveaways, lots of engagement on those different projects. I may even talk about a few of those projects in the future, but once again, the whitelist flip meta, the pump and dump some NFTs, you have to be super careful and only invest what you can afford to lose. It's always fun to be in that early batch of people when it comes to something new and exciting, and I think ordinals potentially has a very bright future, and we'll see what ends up happening over the next course of this year and the following year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it around, buy a Bitcoin NFT ordinal if you find it interesting. I will personally probably be buying 1 or 2 just so I have some minor exposure to this ecosystem, and I can also learn how to really buy, sell, trade, and use these marketplaces and tools that are currently building around this ever developing ecosystem. Once again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video about Bitcoin NFTs, and I will see you guys in the very next one. Peace.